To set up Klaviyo CLI, first install it using pipx. You can confirm Klaviyo CLI was installed correctly using the help flag. If you have already installed Klaviyo CLI, upgrade to the latest version by using the upgrade command. Next, set your private API key to the Klaviyo API key environment variable. Make sure to use this exact capitalization and underscore pattern. This will allow you to easily use Klaviyo CLI without including the API key in each command. If you work with multiple accounts, you can also save multiple private API keys as environment variables. Then use the API key flag with each command to specify the right account. You can also set environment variables to indicate where to save your resource files. Use the help flag to list out all supported command options and their respective environment variables. Next, let's go through some example use cases. These use cases are also documented in our developer portal guide. We'll start by creating a campaign using CLI. There are 2 steps. Generate a local campaign definition, which will be saved to your computer as a JSON file. Then, create a campaign in Klaviyo based off this definition. To generate your campaign definition, use Klaviyo generate campaign and provide a name for your campaign. You will then be prompted to make decisions about the lists and segments to include and exclude. For this example, let's send this Cyber Monday campaign to the highly engaged and VIP SMS segments. We can exclude our French-speaking SMS segment from this campaign. I'll select a static send time of Cyber Monday and send in customers' local time zones. I'll select SMS for this campaign and use the default UTM parameters in my account. I can then include the copy for my Cyber Monday campaign. This will generate a campaign definition file. By default, this will be added to a campaigns folder on your computer. We can open this file to see how all the information you provided shows up in the JSON, and you can make any changes you'd like. Next, let's use the create campaign command to create this campaign in Klaviyo. Include the campaign file flag to specify your definition file. Since my Klaviyo API key variable is set, I do not need to add the API key flag. Now, if I navigate to my Klaviyo account, I can see the Cyber Monday SMS campaign with all the details I specified. The campaign will be created as a draft by default. Make sure to edit the campaign and set it live once you are ready. This feature is particularly useful if you work with multiple Klaviyo accounts. If you add an API key to your create campaign command, you can make the same campaign in multiple Klaviyo accounts with just a few commands. You can also use Klaviyo CLI to update a segment in multiple accounts. For example, let's say you have 3 accounts and you want to update the VIP segment definition in all 3. This requires 3 steps. Get the segment definition, modify the segment definition, and update all segment definitions. To get the segment definition, you'll first need to copy the VIP segment ID from Klaviyo. You can also retrieve this ID using our Segments API or using the Klaviyo get segments command. Then, in the command line, use Klaviyo get segment followed by the segment ID. This will save a JSON segment definition file to a segments folder or to the path you specified. Open this file to update the definition. Let's say we want to increase the number of recent orders that qualify someone as a VIP from 3 to 5. Then, save a copy of this file for each account in which you want to update the VIP segment. For each account, update the segment ID to reflect the VIP segment ID in each account. Finally, use Klaviyo update segment to update the segment in each account. Use the segment file flag to specify the segment definition, and use the API key flag to create this segment in different accounts. Make sure the segment ID and API key match, so you are referencing the correct segment ID for each account. You can also use Klaviyo CLI to copy a flow from one account to another by getting the flow definition, copying and modifying the definition, and creating a new flow in another account. Let's start by getting the definition of this welcome series flow. I'll copy the flow ID, then use Klaviyo get flow with the flow ID to retrieve the flow definition. I'll save a copy of this definition file as flow definition welcome series and open it up. Here, I'll need to remove the flow ID. For each flow action, I will also need to move each action's ID to the temporary ID. This flow contains 2 emails, so I will also need to remove the message ID and template ID for each email, since those IDs are specific to the original account. Finally, replace the list ID in the trigger with the ID of the target list in the account you are copying the flow to. You can also make any changes to the flow definition here, like changing the email subject line or length of the time delay. Then, create your new flow using Klaviyo create flow. Specify the flow definition file you just edited using the flow file flag, and include the API key flag to specify the account in which you want to create the flow. Then, we can check out the Klaviyo account to see our brand new welcome series flow. Check out our documentation for all of the ways you can use Klaviyo CLI.